Congressman Chuck Edwards is using a new way to reach his constituents and pledged to improve service in his district. The freshman congressman stopped by the Veterans Restoration Quarters in Asheville today to debut his new mobile services office. It's the first of many stops in western North Carolina.
A van such as this will allow us to take the government to the people, as opposed to leasing a bunch of office space, staffing a bunch of office space, usually in the back room of a dark courthouse, expecting people to come and find us. This is a unique district.
And during the congressman's stop, News 13's Samir Nefsi asked him about what he's doing for you on Capitol Hill and questioned him about Congressman George Santos.
They also discussed committee assignments and the objects shot down in American airspace.
Just over 40 days ago, Chuck Edwards transitioned from state senator to congressman of North Carolina's 11th district.
We've got plenty of work to do. So we've got to get our fiscal house in order.
Currently, Edwards serves on 3 House committees, from oversight and accountability to transportation and infrastructure and budget. Now, he says his experience in the state Senate laid the foundation to succeed at the nation's capital.
Was it surprising, obviously being a freshman now in this position, to have been placed on those committees?
I'm really excited with my committee assignments because I think I can make the greater difference for western North Carolina.
The congressman's committee appointments is one more than his predecessor, Madison County, who served on House committees for education and labor, as well as Veterans Affairs.
Most new members don't get 3 committee appointments. I'm fortunate to have 3, and I'm fortunate that each of the 3 of those are meaningful.
The congressman discussed his fellow freshman congressman, George Santos, who's been embroiled in controversy since taking office following a number of scandals regarding his financial status and qualifications.
It makes the rest of us look bad, quite honestly, and I think ultimately George Santos will be held accountable by the people that elected him.
The New York representative isn't the only thing dominating headlines out of Washington.
Holy hell!
The Biden administration's handling of what is believed to be a spy balloon from China has created bipartisan outrage.
I think that incident wakes Americans up to a number of issues. First of all, how weak our current administration is, and secondly, what the real threat to us from China will be.
Edwards not mincing words while criticizing the president's attempt to reach across the aisle.
I don't see a real effort from the Biden administration to work with us right now.
Despite the seemingly partisan issue, Edwards remains focused on working to ensure NC-11 sees change.
We've got a lot of work to do in front of us here in the next several months.
Educators in Madison County came together today to see a piece of history, the opportunity to teach and learn about Black history.
The African American Studies curriculum is not mandatory, but sheds a light on a not too distant past. News 13's Charles Perez has the story.
This is more than a schoolhouse. It's a piece of history, and now it's been brought back to life. From the chalkboard to the desks, to the original piano and the old wood floor, much of what made this schoolhouse special has been returned to how it was when it was built.
To walk in and know that now it looks exactly the way it did.
Willa Wyatt looks after the schoolhouse and says it's a window into our past.
They were dedicated to educating Black children, but it was separate and not always equal.
The Mars Hill Anderson Rosenwald School was built in 1928 in Madison County's Long Ridge community to educate Black students. It was one of over 5,000 schools built across the country. The vision of Julius Rosenwald, president and CEO of Sears Roebuck, and Booker T. Washington, America's most famous Black educator. Only a handful survive, a reminder of a segregated America.
What happened during this era is critical now for us to understand what's happening today, and it's important to understand that we never repeat that history again.
The 2-room schoolhouse taught 1st through 4th grades in one room, 5th through 8th grades in the other. After that, you kept repeating 8th grade until you were 16 or traveled to Buncombe County for the closest Black high school. Today, the fully rehabilitated schoolhouse, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, is an opportunity for educators who choose to make this part of our history real.
This is, such an important piece of history in not only Madison County, not only Western North Carolina, the Appalachian region in the South, but in American history.
The project, a partnership between the state, the county school board, and local volunteers, will now sit as an ever-present reminder that education wasn't always accessible to all.
It's a big, huge piece of Black history.
So now the folks that rehabilitated this schoolhouse are hoping that educators and students will make the choice to come here and see this bit of history come back to life.
In Henderson County, some are asking, what's the buzz all about?
Well, that's the name of a new sober bar opening soon. It will serve non-alcoholic cocktails and beverages with a twist.
In tonight's Addicted America, Stephanie Sanastasi shows us why its founder says it's needed in the community.
Nestled just outside of Main Street in downtown Hendersonville stands this empty red building off South Grove Street. Those who drive by might notice it's buzzing back to life.
This is all the building code.
Recently outfitted for a gym, this huge space will soon become a bar, but not the traditional kind.
What sets us apart is that we are 100% zero proof, non-alcoholic, non-triggering environment.
It'll be called The Buzz, a project built by Hope Coalition.
Hope Coalition is a prevention, addiction and recovery organization, nonprofit here in Henderson County.
Julie Honeycutt is the executive director, a job she says is so important to her.
I tell people all the time that I didn't look for this work found me, and it's because of the loss of our daughter Anna.
Anna made it to the age of 20 before losing her battle with an opioid addiction.
It's why we do the work we do, and if we can save one family from the loss that we've experienced, it's worth it.
That's why she's so excited to see this new project come to life.
So this will be the bar.
In addition to serving non-alcoholic drinks, the Buzz will also offer coffee and different pre-made foods.
We have an outdoor seating space, we have room for a food truck, we have room for outdoor bands to play.
The bar plans to employ people trying to turn their lives around.
We want to take those people that we have been helping and help them with a workforce program to help get them back into jobs.
The money made will support the work of Hope Coalition, and Honeycutt says she truly hopes this place will be a success and make a difference here in our community.
We want people to come and enjoy the environment and hopefully just feel like they can find a place to be.
In Hendersonville, Stephanie Sanastasi, News 13.
And the plan is for the Buzz to open sometime this spring.
If you would like to make a donation to support the work of the Hope Coalition, we have a link where you can do that at WLOS.com.